Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Public school using bleach.
Not to mention what I was going to say. In addition to the terrible urination situation for guys, is the
Urination situation.
urination situation is the general lack of decorum amongst men in the bathroom. That is the most
You guys aren't
pleasant
polite?
way to put it. Well, I'm sure you've heard of battle shits.
No.
That's new.
You don't know battle shits?
No.
Neither do I.
Okay.
No, also, most women do not understand the
Herb's
courtesy
Kala
flush
said no.
either, which I understand to be, like, I know as a thing, like, men do in general, but...
See, I have a thing about not going to the restroom in public, as in, like, using a stall, if you understand what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
But, like, the most, like, normal thing I can think of is, if there's a... You never use a urinal right next to someone else using a urinal.
Yeah, that's just like a common courtesy thing for sure. So you're not
Toilet
like you're not yeah, you're not like standing next to each other, so like you don't have that sense of
What, you
somebody's
don't want to
looking
be touching shoulders? You don't want to,
No.
like, have a buddy?
and,
The buddy
and,
system? You don't want to feel secure?
and
The
beyond.
first guy who wants to have a buddy gets punched in the face.
I don't get that aggressive with it, but it's the general rule. If there's a stall that you can leave in between each other, you do. It's just a common courtesy. I'm sure it's same thing with girls. Like you wouldn't go right into next to somebody who else was in a stall if you know that there was somebody in a stall, unless they're your friend, I guess maybe too, and you want to talk to them. So like imagine like
Yeah,
that,
usually I try to leave space between me and a total stranger.
yeah, same deal.
So wait, what the hell are battle shits?
So battle shits is
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
battle shits is hi Cassidy, by the way. Is
I don't know what that is either.
Herb's Kala said yes, please explain.
So
I'm getting double through someone's headset.
it's probably myself, because Olivia said, oh, that's how she's actually able to even hear Bree, because it's
Yeah,
like-
it won't come through my headphones for some reason.
but battle shits is where you're sitting in stalls, and you're continually trying to make more and more gross sounding noises, and eventually somebody gives up and says, you sunk my battle shit, and
Oh my
leave.
This is something I've never ever heard of.
Same.
Yeah, no, if girls have to poop in public places, they generally try to ignore the fact that it's happening. All sides,
Yeah.
all parties. Everyone involved is very blatantly ignoring the fact that anything is happening.
Yeah, girls don't poop, even when they're pooping right next to a stranger. Nobody poops.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is one thing.
Herb's Kala
95%
said
of the time,
100%.
100%.
That was
95%
Cassidy
of
that
the
time.
time
I
in high
said.
school, someone was blowing it up.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that's why girls' bathrooms are more pleasant.
As well, and this is the final, like, feather in the cap, if you will, is that lack of decorum also leads to guys just treating the bathroom atrociously. Like, it's, I can think of specifically in high schools, they love to kick doors in for whatever reason.
Jesus.
Yeah,
See-
and off the hinges and, like, just break
See,
shit.
when I was in high school, I don't think the boys' bathroom was ever like shut down or anything, but I remember multiple times that the girls' bathroom was shut down due to like writing on the walls and shit.
Writing on the walls, I can believe, but I feel like that adds to the decor. It doesn't take away from the decor.
There was a girl that was huffing in one of our bathrooms one time, but they didn't ever shut it down.
In the women's restroom at our high school, it was constantly girls standing underneath the blow dryer because we were all fucking cold.
Yeah, that too.
Now I hear it's just full of kids vaping.
Probably.
Eh.
They have a courtyard for that. They don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
not,
there's an
They're not
open
utilizing
air
that
area.
courtyard.
they're not allowed to, is why. And then so they go to the go, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, and go, vape in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, you don't stand there. You'd have to vape while you're walking across the courtyard, but
I imagine because of how bad it is actually, that the entire courtyard at Buckeye would be full of just one giant cloud. It would be like a constant freaking mist storm. Is there a better word for that?
Like a problem when I was there.
It wasn't.
No, not really.
It only popped up, I feel like, the last 3 years, maybe.
Trust me, I definitely saw people with them. It was just I just never saw it in the courtyard.
Oh, okay. I was trying to remember.
I'm trying to think what people did that smoked. I mean, you just didn't smoke when
Herbs
you were at
Kala said,
school,
who
right?
are we
Like,
missing?
you couldn't go
Yep.
outside.
You would think that is how people work, but I don't know. People find a way. I don't get it. I was never one of those kids, so I don't know.
Yeah, me either.
Word.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh.
I don't think I said hi to you yet, Jesse, either.
No, because I walked in on a pee conversation.
Battle shits, to be specific, but...
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been in Park High School, and I'm very surprised that there are 42 bathrooms in there.
There's a lot of small...
Like 42 stalls?
There's a lot of smaller ones, and that's just... I might be overestimating. It's probably more like 30-something, but it's still a lot.
Still too many.
And it's just because there's...
Still more,
it's
if you
just-
want to do.
Yeah, it really is. Just because there's like a lot of these smaller ones, right? And then there's multiple floors, so they have to iterate on each of the floors because people can't go downstairs to go to the bathroom or upstairs. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Also, this is the silly thing when it comes to architecture, that you actually have to provide amount of bathrooms per occupant is how they do it. And they calculate these occupant loads by calculating the square footage based upon a occupancy factor that, you can have so many people in this square footage per this occupancy factor. Not how many people that are actually in the building or anything like that, just what could potentially foreseeably be in that square footage, Which
Yeah. The only reason I know anything about that is because the building I worked in Indiana, they didn't have enough space for all the employees they were hiring, and they were trying to like reorganize they did like a whole floor plan study to see how they could fit more people in, and that's the limiting factor for how many desks
Herbs
they can
Kala
put on a
said that's
floor
my
is the
current
bathroom
dilemma with work.
situation.
How is it your current dilemma with work?
Who were we missing?
I don't think anybody. That's what I
Oh,
was
the
just looking.
bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the pandemic actually kind of, I think, helped. Because telework was, like, frowned upon. Like, you couldn't telework, 5 days a week or even 3 days a week, right? They wanted you in the office. But now they realize working from home actually makes people more productive sometimes. I don't know. The idea is to give everybody a laptop and just have, like, floating, like, cubes. They call them cubes. But desk spaces. And so you don't have an assigned desk. You just come in on the days you're supposed to come in and sit somewhere.
Oh my god, there's only one toilet for you guys? Jesus Christ.
That's not okay. How many people work in your office?
Now recording.
Fucking Craig.
Yeah, Cole.
Do we have everybody loaded into Astral 2? point?
No.
Okay.
I'm testing something on Arc real quick. Because
Oh yeah, did you want me to come over there and look at that?
we'll do it after.
Okay.
Because I don't. Still. Because as it's loading, like you can see all the files it's loading down on the bottom left. Once it hits Ragnarok proxy, Unless I loaded up the wrong file, it's loading. I think I loaded.
So I saw something about Ike and Gab not being able to get play today.
Yeah, they were having a couple issues yesterday, and they were trying to fix all that today.
Also, the
Okay.
Gab had an interview, so
Yeah.
that was the main thing. So that's exciting for her, which good for sure. But Ike is also they're sharing a ride for that, so that was part of that, as to what I know.
Yeah, because both of Ike's vehicles are down for the count right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mine's
What happened?
One of his taillights just stopped working on his main vehicle, and then on his bike, his speedometer just fell off.
What?
Wait, am I level 4?
You are not, because
I didn't think so.
we have not rested. You guys, you should be level 3. I think we last had you level up to.
Yeah.
But then, if you guys rest this session, like take a long rest, you could level up in even during the session if you wanted. But it's up to you. How you guys want to play. So I was gonna start jumping into things, explaining.
Alrighty.
For what you guys experienced while you weren't here.
It was a shitty situation all around. I can say that.
Pretty much.
Well, I heard. I didn't see.
You
Trust
can,
me, your character saw a lot.
and you can kind of see, if you're loading into Astral a bit. Basically, if you remember, you guys had left off in a standoff across the river from a group that were you thought and kind of figured out after talking to them were the faction inside of the Thieves Guild, and then Meridiel, after having talked out the truce, decided instead to attack and bash somebody's head in. So,
That's right. Negotiations.
Yeah, when she did that, Ash, you had the idea of, why don't we let the Minotaur loose to help us? And that's when you guys had ended the session before.
Totally solid plan.
Before the session before that. And what happened, as you were saying that, basically, you turned around and seen one of the two flaming-haired dwarves that were convening with the Minotaur. I think it was after Zolas. I believe you were the one who killed the guard that was out like, hey, what's going on? I could be wrong who killed that particular guard, but I do know that one of the flaming-haired dwarves, the Azer, literal flaming hair, opened the cage and let the Minotaur out, and he rushed forward, knocking most of you into the poop river, except for Flint. You were just whacked upside the head and confused, basically, kind of like, concussion, help, and just hauled yourself out of the river, basically, and your companions have left you because
Nice.
as you were experiencing, basically, you fell into the river, the poop river, and when the Minotaur jumped across the poop river to the other side, chased the wizard away. He turned into mist and vanished from your point of view, and the goblins were destroyed with his help and the rest of your party. And the final human that was left after the other ones was split in half by Mame. That's gonna be hard.
You can do it, I believe.
He gave up and fled down the corridor this way after you guys were like, okay, we believe you. You won't, fight us anymore. And because he was the last human standing from that whole group, so he walked down here. And you guys had seen, as you're kind of shaking yourselves off after Flint and Zolas worked together to get you guys out of the poop river. Flint, you kind of gained some sentience back after being whacked upside the head by the Minotaur. Used your ring of water walking, stood on top of the poop river, and hauled them out to get on the side over here.
Yeah.
And Sasha, you had seen Griselda's familiar helped her because she was farther down the poop river, down back this point she'd been washed to by the end of the fight. They'd pulled themselves out of the river and went around this corner. And
So here's a hypothetical, real quick. I just thought of this. Speaking of walking through water,
one quick thing first is that the rest of your party, though, you'd seen go this way when they didn't come to help you first.
Wait, which way?
Over here.
Over here, by
Where-
all the dead bodies.
Yeah, where you guys had come from, basically. Back into that room.
So we're kind of separated.
Yes, currently. By little bits. But what's the hypothetical you had there, Flint?
so if we were down by the Oni again, had to go up the poo. If I was in the poo, then put the ring on, would it like create a bubble around me to keep poo away from me? And then I could just basically like grab the pipe with no poo on me to come up the pipe.
Or would your shoes just go straight to the bottom or the top of the pipe to walk on top of the water?
I imagine if the pipe is going upwards, I imagine I would shoot up because if it's an air bubble, just whoop.
If it's an air bubble, that's where I'm not sure it would create an air bubble necessarily because it's
Or
not.
something buoyant because you're walking on water.
Your feet would be the thing that are buoyant, is what I was saying in this situation.
So
Basically.
I would go upside down.
Yeah, you'd be able to walk like on the pipe upside down. Is what I imagine, at least for that particular magics and how it's.
I was just curious. I was like, I wonder.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm kind of imagining it as like it creates, like you're talking about buoyancy, right? It creates kind of like enough buoyancy on your feet somehow. It like redistributes the water molecules or makes them denser, maybe even around them, and kind of holds you up.
Yeah. So even if I was wearing the ring and I was just walking on a normal lake, someone knocked me over, I would do like a full 360 and come standing back up.
Yep.
I'd be like a little shooting target at the duck range. Bwank.
Why did I think of like that? Like, I don't know where I got this from, but like, I swear there's a video of like someone in like a T pose, like in Gary's mod or something, just like doing like flips, like just stiff as a board, and like doing front flips. I don't know.
I can't picture it.
Stiff as a board, light as a feather. Who can name that reference?
My dick.
Well, I mean,
So what are you guys doing over there?
I'm gonna walk to wherever I saw our friends.
Oh, okay.
same.
Zolas?
Oh, what's the no talking debuff picture?
Did you say same, Zolas? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm following too. I must have blacked out because I don't remember any of what you said, so I'm just gonna.
Well,
gonna follow.
you weren't there that last session either.
Okay, that's good news.
That's what the little faces are actually that you guys have. They were kind of like unconscious symbols that I put on you.
Ah, okay.
And if you go into your sheet in Astral, actually, the symbol will appear next to your little character token, and you can just click on it and it'll disappear.
Oof.
Okay, I went to my character sheet, and then what?
Astral.
I went into Astral, but when I open my character sheet through Astral, it just takes me to Beyond.
Hit spacebar in Astral.
Oh, okay. Boing. This girl with the big brain moves.
So, yeah, you guys wandered
Is this an arm
into.
sticking out over here?
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to move you. I meant to click on the
That's
map.
okay.
No,
Right
it's
there.
more like a bronze hook, like a coat hook or something.
Okay.
Is it about waist height?
No, it's about.
I cast
Alright.
Mage Hand. No, just kidding.
Okay. Oddly, I know where you were going with that. Shit.
I mean, look at it.
Not just yours, where Zolas was going to go for it with the mage hand. I meant.
Can we see a door in here? Or any...
Besides the door that
Oh.
you went through and the door to the shitter over here, that's wide open, as if it had been slammed open. There are no other doors in this room, but it is a sleeping corridors. There aren't any potions on top of that desk that you're standing in front of, Ash, actually. I just
Okay.
didn't have a good way to get rid of those for a bit because they were taken earlier. That much I do recall.
I figured that's why I would ask, like, what exactly is still in here and what's going on.
Yeah.
As this is going on, they might hear Warren say, "God damn it," and still kind of wrecking
Rage
shit.
quitting.
Through the wall. Yeah, probably around this time they would probably hear that and hear a crash too, because you guys were doing stuff slightly outside of what, like around the same time that they would have been getting consciousness, back and getting back into it. So that's where I was thinking a little bit of a time distortion, but from a perspective, I guess.
In which direction do we hear that?
Through this wall back here. Oh, I'm editing the map. I was trying to make the potions disappear. Did you see my ping?
I'm gonna head over there. Yeah.
I did not see it.
As they start to head over here,
Southwest.
they hear the ruckus of what sounds like wood breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see anything suspicious along this wall?
Where art thou looking? Oh,
Well, that's suspicious.
don't mind the giant table.
Is the Oni following us?
Oh god!
No, there isn't anything in particular that you see along that wall, but you do recall, if your spatial understanding of space is still kind of keyed in.
Space.
Right? Yeah, keyed in, right? You realize that on the other side of that wall should be the storage room you guys into with the coin. If you go back out into the hall, you kind of remember that you can go through that other door that you came.
So wait, Mariel's not here, right?
No, Mario, from your guys' perspective, I'll fill this in because they don't see this anyways while they're trying to work that door that sucks balls. Thanks, Astral. But you can go up the she went up the ladder and like stuck her head above it and she's like, "Guys!" And then as soon as she went all the way up, there was this like and dusk kind of fell down from the ceiling and she just seemed to disappear, and you're like, "Well, she's probably dead."
Oh, I got through.
Where's the ladder?
Oh,
Just push yourself through. You'll
I got it.
usually-
I just kept smashing my face against
As
the
they
wall.
walk in the room,
Oh, I see it now.
they,
Okay.
they see Warren standing in front of what used to be the crate of flour with a slight dust in the air with a crowbar in his hand and just looking at the crate of flour with much disdain.
But
That's
Isn't
all
there-
that's MSG in the air, is it?
isn't there a bunch of like acid all over the floor in this room?
So, yes, there was.
We're saying that
There was-
Warren takes another swing at the fucking
Wait,
crate of flour.
wait, don't
I need a
worry.
description of what's happening in here.
Yeah, this is where
Is it safe to go up the ladder
This is
after
where-
Mariel?
this is
Is the floor lava?
this is where stuff got weird last session, because I decided that one of the barrels shouldn't just have more gunpowder in it, and just created a random liquid that could melt metal, and it got splashed all over the floor and melted the. Not hot. It didn't create any heat while you guys were in there. I want to be sure of that. I just don't have a good representation of what molten platinum, gold, and silver would look like to put on the map. But that's what happened when the barrel fell over as Mario was trying to fill up a flask with the metal melting liquid, and it melted the bands on the chest, which actually collapsed, and then the molten liquefied pieces kind of mushed together. And I would say from Vomira's perspective right now, who's the closest, you're kind of looking around, and I know you can't talk that much because your voice is out, but you are the closest currently. So what you're seeing beyond the slats of wood that had busted from the crate and the barrels that were floating all together, and Mame, you'd be able to see at least that the liquid had seeped into the stone, seeming to do no damage to the stone, the wood, or the sacks that are over in the corner or anything like that. It just, whatever metal it touched turned to liquid. And as the slats kind of start to float on top of the molten platinum, gold, and silver stuff, there seems to be a sack sitting on top of them, actually, that is visible mainly to Vomira, is what I wanted to say right now. It's probably about the size of a decent sized ball that you would use for playing.
Like a softball or a
More like
basketball?
in between.
A
Volleyball?
sports ball.
It's
Sports ball.
sports ball. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very good white box description. It's a sports ball.
Yeah. That's what the size is, but it's in a sack.
It's a head, isn't
Okay.
it?
I have a question. Can you put our names on?
I can, but I took them off so that
Thank
when
you.
you're in this smaller area, you can see everything still.
I appreciate that, but it would really help me to have names. I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
Same.
Yeah.
As they're all just looking into this room, they hear Warren muttering something about gold and silver and platinum.
I walked over and I'm like, what about gold and silver and platinum?
It's all gone.
There was so much.
So
There was so much.
So
And now it's
I
gone.
think Vomira said something.
you go over to pick up the
Maybe.
sack then, Vomira, and upon examining it, you look inside, and you see what looks like a small, slightly... it's pristine in its shape, but it's slightly smaller than the average brick. That's what it looks like. And then another thing that is almost a crooked looking stick, but it's still a stick, like from a branch of a tree. And you're looking around and you find a note actually at the bottom of the sack that reads, "Stick, stack, and bric-a-brac. Place the brick upon what you wish." And I have to go to that description. And something broken will be repaired. Take the stick, and it will stack. Anything you place against the two pieces with the stick touching will adhere to each other.
That's cool. Do you want that from Myra? Because if you don't, I do.
And shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just letting that drip on your boxer.
No, it's not dripping. That's why I got that paper towel to tap the bung.
Okay.
So all we know is that Mariel went up this ladder and she disappeared.
Yeah.
If I roll a perception, can you tell me anything else about the what's at the top of the ladder?
I mean, if you give me a description of what you're trying to do.
I just want to, is it just a seat? I don't understand what's at the top of the ladder.
So when you're looking up, you visibly see the ladder goes to the ceiling, and it doesn't look like it goes through. It looks as if it stops right at the ceiling. Mariel thought that was suspicious and had gone up to investigate and just stuck her whole body through the ceiling, basically, which is probably about 8 feet up, maybe 9. So you could probably reach it if you were to get on, to even stand up and put your arms up to touch it without even getting on the ladder, if you tried.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And it
I'm
seems
gonna put my hand up and touch
like
it.
solid stone.
Touch the butt. I think Fromira has a.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Problem is I can't
Oh,
do both.
the
The other sack.
the bigger
There's
sacks,
2.
the bigger sacks that you see there, the one that is closest to you, here.
Someone pouring a drink or let me?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It was
Is
the
You just wanted
sound.
to know if it was pee because he was getting excited.
Oh, sorry to disappoint. No. It's a beverage.
Only if it's on my feet. That's the only time it's okay.
So the first sack you look in, Vomira, is still full, it seems like, of lockpicks from before investigations. And the one to your left is I forget what I'd said it was. I thought you had looked into it yourself, Warren, but I can't remember. If
I
I'd said
remember one
anything.
was lockpicks and the other one was something that wasn't useful at the time.
That's what I thought too, but I just can't remember for the life of me
Yeah,
what I said.
I think it might have been just like odds and ends. Or what was it? I can't remember.
Oh, what the?
Hold on.
I look over at the cameras and I just see Mame
Give me a
is now.
second and I'll listen to what it was.
What did you do to her?
I didn't do it.
Almost what?
There you are.
What happened? I
You were-
can't like so. Or
Yeah, you were sideways in like a landscape kind of vid.
yeah.
And you found
Also, I tried to get my
you found it.
webcam to work. It didn't.
No, it wasn't
my
in the.
phone.
It wasn't in the other sack. The sack that you'd seen was floating on top of the liquid in the among the parts of and remnants of the chest. So as if you would investigated farther in the chest, for instance, you could imagine that it had been sitting at the bottom, and is now, because of the liquidity of the situation, floated to the top.
Covered in coins.
Pretty
Gotcha.
colors.
Mame's gonna climb this ladder, even though they touched the ceiling and it seemed like it was stone. They're gonna climb up the ladder as far as they can until their head touches the ceiling.
Okay. And nothing seems to part ways. You don't even hear anything on your torques from Meriel at all. Either. Screaming, nothing.
Should there be screaming? Should we be worried?
Yeah, probably.
Always be
we
worried.
lost a member of our party, guys.
No.
Wait, we did?
I wonder if there's something in this room that we need.
I can't remember if she took it or not, but I know she'd filled up a smaller barrel with the melting liquid as well. This barrel was still intact that you're standing next to, Zolas. You kind of peer into where they'd took, I think it was Vomiter that had pried open the top a little bit and found that there is gunpowder in there, in that particular barrel. It was, though, mainly wood on the bottom, so it appears the liquid had soaked straight through.
I just
gone
listened
through the
back
floor.
to the to our last session, and
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like I ever looked in the other sack.
Oh, okay.
Herbs Kala said, damn it, Craig.
Whoa. what's that?
Damn it, Craig.
Oh.
What's in these bottles?
Fucking Craig. I don't know.
Fucking Craig.
I don't know. What do you?
So I guess
you
Mommy's
can't-
gonna climb back down.
You can't see directly through them because it is a clear, or not the opposite of clear, more of an opaque situation. Yeah, so you can see the liquid inside, and there are kind of got leather handles even on them, so you could drink straight out of them. You can tell.
Are they messing with the fluid again?
Mommy's gonna take one off the shelf, and is there a cork in there? How's it stoppered?
It is a cork situation.
Yeah, Mommy's gonna unstopper one and just smell it, see if it's recognizable.
And it smells vaguely similar to another liquid you had found earlier on. Kind of like the ethanol, maybe a little less pungenty though, as in that it seems like it's just a really high proof alcohol that you can actually drink, and it's not just for cleaning. Whereas the other one kind of only burnt your nose to the point where it made you want to
Herb's
sneeze.
Kala said yum.
And then the other one, this one more has a slight grain undertone to it.
Okay, because I have a water skin. I filled a water skin with the grain ethanol alcohol, so I have the like cleaning grade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a bottle of this stuff and put it in my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I dare you to drink that.
When the occasion arises, when we celebrate, maybe when we find Mariel. So I'm just gonna put a bottle of drinking grade alcohol. I don't want to call
Drinkable
it moonshine.
alcohol.
I would say high proof too, or something like that, to let you know that it's not just like
151.
Alcohol X,
Yeah.
X,
Yeah.
I
X.
bet Mommy's
Everclear.
tolerance is through the roof, so this is gonna be good.
Now, I don't know if I would consider Everclear drinkable alcohol.
That's fair. I would not fight you.
I think that's a mixer at best.
I used to drink it, so I don't know.
Straight?
Yeah. I did the time that it made me stop doing it though was I went to go take a shot of it on my own, by myself, alone, and when I did it, it went straight up my nose, like the back of my nose, and I couldn't breathe because it burned so bad.
Then you sneeze and it was a fireball.
I wish
And Josh was a dragon.
that would have been a much cooler story. No, I sat in my apartment alone and cried into the sink.
Yeah, we've all been
That's
there.
why you
It's
don't
okay.
drink Everclear alone.
'Cause I could,
I can feel that in my nose. Just hearing it, I could feel it.
yeah, it burned.
Oh,
it burned.
man.
It burned something fierce because it to the point where it like was creating tears, and then I just went with it because I was like, this is probably going to help anyways. Get it out of my system.
So interesting thing about my family, no one in my
Aw,
family
poppers!
can handle Jaeger. At all.
Wow.
I can handle Jaeger. I
Jaeger's
just
gross.
hate it. I hate it.
Okay, so
Jaeger is some good stuff.
Gross.
when Jaeger enters my stomach, it's like a bomb dropping.
A Jaeger bomb.
And not to mention, it doesn't matter the amount that hits his.
No, I took like a half a shot and it immediately.
Dude, it
made me sick.
wasn't even that. It was enough to cover the bottom of the glass so you could taste it.
I did it. The only time I've ever thought like that I was gonna die, like seriously die, is I did a Jaeger bomb, and it gave me heartburn so bad that I thought I was under cardiac arrest. Like I
Oh,
thought we were
shit.
gonna have to call an ambulance, and I was gonna have to go to the hospital. And it was just really, really bad heartburn from taking a Jaeger bomb.
So I see. There's two type of people who deal with like Jaeger. People who like it and people who it tries to kill.
I can deal with it. But I drink anything and eat anything. I'm a literal trash can, so I have no room to
I'm
talk.
being
Wait,
fancy
not want
tonight.
that.
I got Moscatoed.
Oh, nice.
Oh, tell him it's vessel.
Ox wine, my ladies and gentlemen.
Ox
Only
wine?
the finest Frenzia.
Was that the one with the stupid name? Why can't we be friends? Or whatever. It was like that stupid commercial.
I have no clue. I don't have cable.
Yeah, we don't see commercials like that.
I swear I saw it on YouTube.
All I know is I'm drinking out of a nice crystal glass, so it's fancy. Okay.
I'd like to see the glass. I like glass.
Oh, well, let me fill her up and I'll take a picture of it.
Aye.
As soon as this fucking chair stops turning.
No, you gotta do it while
My
the chair's
con-
turning to unlock the
My
next
computer
level.
chair broke, so I took Jess's old one, and it just wants to turn on its own.
Johnny also doesn't sit with his legs on the floor.
I don't.
Jinx.
One.
I always sit cross-legged, or my legs are underneath me, or I'm always hopping around.
Zolus, I don't know, you're the only other one in this room. You were doing anything? I know Baharash is, but he's kind of, after he's gotten his, I think it was a hammer.
He
you
wanted
grab-
the mace for sure,
Okay.
because somebody else was gonna bitch slap him for the hammer.
Oh, right. Mario was going to bitch slap him for the hammer, and he got a mace, and he's walked out of the room and is just kind of swinging it over here. And, kind of just testing it. As for the bag, the second bag you looked into, Vomira...
What's the red pouch? Yeah.
Oh, that one isn't there either. So that one was a barrel, a small barrel, and I can't remember. I want to say that Mario left that on the floor just in her distraction of the ladder because it's probably about like a half-size barrel. That pouch that you're looking at, it's actually just like a little tiny barrel that she's filled with the metal melting liquid. And I'm thinking it's right here on the floor is all, but the second sack that you looked into, Vamara, is full of tiny little bells.
Ching,
What are they
ching,
made
ching,
of?
ching. Sent you a picture of that glass.
Yes, bells.
We have a whole set of those, and knock on wood, haven't broken any yet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen that bringing like that make too. Generally, those are done with like a mold, so you pour the molten glass into a mold to get that those facets into
Well,
it.
I got them at a yard sale, $5 for 2 sets. There's like the medium glass I'm drinking out of. There was a bigger glass, and each one only had 13 cups. And they have what looks like a fucking social security number etched on the bottom of them.
That's weird.
Each cup, same number.
That is weird. Oh, do you mean like for the glass? You mean like a product number, not like somebody like took a knife and like just carved their social security number into it?
It is etched like a social security number. 3 numbers, 2 numbers, 4 numbers.
Okay.
Oh,
It's like when you write your name on the inside of your shirt, except someone's just writing their social security number.
this is mine, and everybody will know.
And now I know for $5.
And there are probably, if you take 30 bells, Mame, there's probably about 150 still like left, and they're like this big, probably only 2.5 inches or so in height, and maybe like an 1.5 inches in diameter.
One was wrong. What's it sound like?
Same these.
When Mame picks them up, you hear a bunch of tiny little tinkles that almost sound like glass, oddly, even though they seem to be of a cold metal iron.
Mom is never going to be stealthy again.
Jingle, jangle, jingle, jangle.
I don't think Mame's ever wanted to be stealthy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
After Warren's outburst, he's going to walk over to the lockpick thing and pick up, I don't know, what would be like a reasonable amount to pick up?
All of them.
There's like
What is-
100 in a bag, and I don't think I need 100 lockpicks.
I think you picked up already. No, Volmyra picked up 15 lockpicks earlier. Mame picked up 5 lockpicks. Mariel draws a penis on the map.
Good thing we have 2.
I don't think you did pick any up then, Warren. I thought you did for some reason. Oh, I think you picked up
Yeah,
like
I
5.
picked up some at the beginning, but I never wrote it down because lockpicks aren't an item. Thieves' tools are an items, and lockpicks are in those. So I
Yeah.
didn't like write it down. So
Yeah, I think you picked up like 5 and broke 1 in the process of opening the 2 chests.
So I'm going to pick up 21 lockpicks. How much does a lockpick weigh in this? It's like,
Quarter pound.
does that sound right?
That sounds a little
Point
much. I would say like,
0.2.
yeah. And
Point what to?
0.2.
That's about a quarter pound.
yeah, I was thinking it's 0.02 is what you'd said was more right. It's not even an ounce. Because a quarter of a pound is like 8 ounces, right?
Well, you can't make anything less.
Quick, someone get a scale and weigh a bobby pin.
What's this right here? Is that a scale?
Plus, none of that would matter too much because if you haven't noticed, I've not been worrying about the weights of things that
Yeah.
you pick up.
But
Okay.
a bobby pin weighs nowhere near a quarter of a pound.
I know, but
Nowhere.
still.
That
Girls
was
put
a
like
joke.
15 of them in their hair.
That was a fallout joke.
Oh,
There
it
it is.
is? There we go now. Now my brain is
Also,
on your level.
I keep eyeballing this dagger.
I was thinking no one else has noticed it, but I'm trying to remember and go back through the chat too, because this whole shit show happened at the end of last session, so I was by that point quite a few drinks in, obviously.
I pick up 21 lockpicks, just to let you know.
Okay, make sure to
And he
if you
them
put
in
it
his pocket.
in chat like you've seen other people doing. I prefer it in the Astra one. I think Mame, I can put hers in there because she's probably out walking Bella right now, is why she did that. And you said 21 lockpicks.
I'm writing it in. You can
Oh,
do
okay.
what you want.
Thank you.
Gotta air raid it.
Otherwise, Flint, as you walk in ash trailing, you do see a rack of weapons over there next to the ladder that Vermeider is standing next to. And that knife you were asking about, I think is still there. I don't think anybody took it. It's on
It
the-
looks like a small, like a medium-sized dagger,
Yeah.
small sword with a chain attached to it.
It's a dagger, and that's a sheath next to it. And
Okay,
the
okay.
the hilt is kind of this twisted metal. And it's
I want to take that.
okay.
Didn't we touch on the skull that's on the shelf that was next to the barrel that's no longer there?
I do not think so. I think you guys glossed over that one.
Can I look at the skull?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask anyone who knows detect magic, and is this dagger special? Anybody?
Let me check.
I'm a fighter rogue. I don't know shit about magic.
Where's I can gab when you need them?
God damn it. I do not know how to do that. Can we just inspect it and guess?
So I would say both. If you're looking, when you say looking, I can tell you visibly that the skull, Warren, is a black metal, almost like some of the other metals you're seeing in this room, and its eyes don't have a glow to them, but there seems to be these tiny little pinpricks farther back down deep in the skull. Almost, you're suspecting something to do with magic. That's just without an investigation. And Flint, just visually, but if you guys want to know more, just roll an investigation for me and tell me what you're trying to look at and see specifically about some of these traits that I'm describing here, or anything else that you might suspect. But the
I want to
dagger.
roll an investigation for that skull.
Okay,
Can I do it
go ahead
here?
and do that. But the description for the dagger, beyond it being that twisted metal, is a very black iron, similar to, like I'd said, some of the other metals in the room, like the skull itself,
Wait,
including the sheath, though the sheath is mainly proportioned to have a very thick hide, leather of some sort. You're not familiar with it. You have heard tell of things that are similar to it, but in your career, you haven't really, experienced it firsthand, but you suspect it might be troll hide. And
No trouble with the
Back
numbers
the
there, Ash.
base of the blade where
Yes,
it meets
ma'am.
the hilt
Mhm.
to see magic, anything, something.
Are you rolling investigation for me? Is that what you're saying for that?
Yes.
Okay. And Ash, what am I looking at?
I
At
wanted
here.
to roll an investigation on that skull.
I see
Oh.
that, but I'm trying to understand the numbers. I see a 1, a
I
15.
rolled a 15.
Oh, okay.
And in D&D Beyond, but it's still not coming through, so I just typed it in, and then I fucked it up.
That's fair. I was just trying. There was like 3 or 4 different numbers, and I just didn't know what was going on. But Flint, I
How
would
do you
take that
take
first.
the advantage off?
I have no clue. I was doing that all last session too. I was fucking that up all the time. But I always take the first roll you did there, which is a 23. So
Well, because I'm like A and Z right here.
Well, the 23 is a nat 20, actually.
yeah. So Ash, you're looking at this skull, and do you want to tell me what you're looking at specifically about it when you're investigating it? Anything in particular?
You said it had red pinpricks deep in its eye sockets.
Yeah.
I want to pick it up and kind of just like,
Stare it down.
yeah.
Those eyes light up just as you're doing that, and holding it in your hand, and the jaw flaps open and a voice comes out, "Unhand me, woman!" And
Oh god, we got a claptrap skull.
Flint, you are looking at the dagger, and you notice that spot you were looking at in particular is a general wood, but it's a wood that's harder than iron, and you're surprised to see in such a place underground as you are because of its natural nature. Yes, I said that. And
Yes.
it's the wood itself is green through the whole grain, and is generally used in enchanting things, but you don't know what it could be enchanted with. You just know that it is a useful focus in enchanting. So you presume that it has some special abilities, but you do not know what they are.
I would definitely take that dagger.
Talking magic skull.
So I say to the skull, as I'm still holding it, name yourself, sir.
My name is Bob, and you might be?
My
Ross.
name is Ash.
Well, nice to meet
You
you.
and I are going to be good friends.
Meet you, Ash. And he kind of you can't visibly see any pupils. Obviously, it's just a bright glowing where his sockets are, but they seem to recede and come back as if he's like refocusing his eyes. And he can't move his head because he has no neck. But he says, "What a fine figure you have there.
Oh, you see something you like, huh?
I think we might be good friends indeed."
You got a pervy skull for a sidekick now. Great.
Yep, I'm going to keep the skull. Named Bob, right? You said Bob.
Yep. He's like, "Lady, I do not enjoy being covered, as I am my only appendage anymore. If you wouldn't mind, I would prefer a seat on those lovely hips, just at your side there."
I'm trying to think. Do I have, like, any way to holster him on my hip? Let me look.
For the time being, I'm just going to add it in my inventory as just a plain, ordinary, everyday dagger.
You might want to make a note or something on it saying, or at least know, because that it, like, where you got it
Notes.
and what you suspect about it. And he's sorry, Warren. I was just going to say, and Bob says, well, you're looking for something to holster me, you say. If you're just under my rack there at the top, there's another shelf full of just small leather bindings, and you can just wrap me in one of those and clasp me onto your belt.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
As that's happening,
Of course. Of course, the pervy skull knows where the leather bindings are. Just saying.
As that's happening, I say, Bob, would you happen to have any idea about a wizard or sorcerer or something named Ferris?
Oh, I do not like that guy. He's not kind on the eyes or on the heart. I don't know what you mean by information about him, but he hasn't been in here recently. You were the most recent ones I've seen come in.
I'm guessing he put you in here?
Him and his cohorts.
May I ask why?
Well,
And exactly what are you?
I'm an immortal talking skull. And this is obviously some sort of stash of collection. Why wouldn't I be in here? Well, that's such a silly question,
You
boy.
were shisted?
Yes, I was actually by another possessed. Currently, what it is my situation, I am entrapped in this skull. My spirit is, anyways, and I'm allowed out, but only at permissions. Most don't give me those.
Permissions, huh?
Yes.
How do we give you permission? I'm like suspiciously standing in the back, and now like I've seen everyone root through every square into this room with no interest at all, and then when the skull starts talking, I'm like on it.
Well, dear.
So, do I just add him as a custom item? Talking skull named Bob?
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like he's more of a character than a possession.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is it an item?
I don't know. Would Lollipop Chainsaw have her boyfriend's head as an item in her inventory?
I don't know, because
It's an equipable item because he was always on her hip.
And he can't move on his own. So I mean,
What was his name? Was his name like Trevor or something?
I don't fucking know.
I still have that game, pretty sure.
But to your question, Zolas, he says, another fine lady I see. I think. Trying to look under your hood, you can sense.
What hood?
And
In the hood.
and he says, well, just as you would grant any other permission to leave an incarceration, you can grant me such, but even simpler, just with a few words.
While he's been talking, I've taken the time and he's now attached at my hip.
Okay.
Open
I guess like a really weird gun. Skull.
I'm imagining he's kind of like dangling, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you imagine like a pouch, and his head is like the bulbous portion of the pouch.
Yeah.
That's it. That's basically what I was imagining too. He seems content.
A little tiny skull in his own little BDSM cage hanging off my hip.
He hums politely to himself.
Hey Bob,
Yes.
how did they put you in the skull?
Oh, they didn't put me in the skull. They don't even have the slightest concept of how I became in the skull.
So who put you there?
My lady, that is a story for another day and another time.
What words would we use to release you?
Oh, there.
Can any of us just release you?
We are
Smart boy.
never doing that.
Do you say that out loud, or?
Yeah, yeah.
He's just gonna take over one of the girls' bodies and be like, boobies, I'm gonna go to a corner.
And he goes, "Aw, don't shoot me down just yet. I'll be nice. You can set me free with the simple words of Bob, I set you free. And don't worry, we can set conditions and terms. I shan't possess any that agree to not being such at those terms of my release."
No killing us.
Oh,
Save for
don't
just
worry.
Pineapple.
Birthday cake.
So he's promised not to possess us and not to kill us.
He said only to not possess us if we didn't want to be possessed.
You're gonna take his word? He's a talking skull that we found in a closet 3 minutes ago.
Well, as long as we don't release him, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but isn't this like kind of like that fucking campaign?
Bucket campaign?
I don't know. That's the vibe I've been getting this whole time.
This is a serious campaign.
Totally serious. Totally serious evil.
With
Only
magic
the
going
most serious of poop shoots and Oni jerking off happen in this campaign.
Vomira, you'd seen Mariel go up the ladder, to answer your question. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to that screen as much, I know. To the Discord chat.
I already forgot the words to set Bob. Yeah, words.
No forgetting of the words. No saying the words.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, it wasn't sending in the chat earlier. That's weird. But you go up the ladder and you press your hand against the ceiling, which seems to be a solid stone ceiling up about 7 or 8, or probably 8 or 9 feet in the air.
Deja vu?
So
Yeah.
I see her go up this ladder, right?
Yep.
I asked Bob, I'm like, hey, how do we get up there where our friend went?
Well, that's a funny story. It only opens for those wishing to and wanting and not really believing in it. So, as you'd all seen your friend go through it, the only way for her back, as unfortunately this case, is for her to make it back on her own.
Believe what? What?
Yeah. You're in the, you guys know you're in the labyrinth, right? This place is pretty
Yeah.
weird magically. So it seems I can't speak from experience because I've never been through, but there has been one other incident where one of the cronies from the crew that came to steal me and put me in this room had set the ladder against the ceiling and proceeded through that same spot, and none of his companions could find him or the way to him. I'd heard them talking about it in many occasions as they came passing through, dropping more shit off. Yeah, I don't really know where it goes, to be honest with you. Just know that that companion never came back.
Oh.
Well, she's dead.
A moment of silence for our friend? And her
I think
death to
she's-
the ladder hole?
I'm pretty sure she's the one that destroyed all the gold.
That's why she left. She was like, I can't take it anymore. I hope this ladder takes me.
Never give up, never surrender. We will find Mariel. God, you
In that
guys.
phase to destroy all the gold.
Are we
Did you
not
just-
trying to become gods?
Yeah, I think Warren.
Did you just make an MC Chris reference?
No.
No.
Okay, never mind. Continue.
I like MC Chris, but that's not MC Chris. That's oh, what the fuck's that movie called? It's Tom Hanks, not Tom Hanks. God, Tim Allen. Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Because I
man.
was thinking of the song "Never Give Up." I was like, wait a minute.
I do like MC Chris, but it's not. That's not a him reference. It's a. I want to
Okay.
say Battlestar Galactica, but that's not right. I'll think of it.
What were you gonna say, GM?
Oh, I was just gonna
I'm
say
not-
I don't know famous
No,
people.
I'm
Period.
not-
No, it sounded like you were gonna tell me something.
Ooh, I forget.
Damn it.
What were you talking? Were you saying or asking something?
No, I was just saying like she's dead, and that I think she's the one
Oh,
that destroyed
oh.
the gold.
There we go. Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, that's some
it.
good role playing from you, Warren, because your one main thing is that you want gold and want stuff. So like, I can totally understand your reaction. Like, fine, fuck her, I don't care. I'm glad she's
gone.
dead.
Bitch.
What the hell is happening?
Yeah, what's going on?
I got
Who's being
it.
electrocuted?
It's Liv. It's not being electrocuted. I muted her real quick because I think she's outside and it's windy.
Wait, I still hear something.
Same.
Really? Oh, I muted her, but it doesn't mute her for you guys. Okay, she's muted herself now.
Okay. So there is still like molten, what it looks like gold and like silver and like stuff on the floor.
It
Is that what you said?
it seems to have solidified now that the liquid's no longer touching it into a solid plate that's covering kind of like that full area, and it's probably, you can tell, maybe like 6 inches thick, but of in varying thicknesses, obviously, to where it's settled on the floor, and it's almost adhered to the stone beneath it.
See if you can pick some up.
I'm going to use the crowbar and try to like pry some off the floor.
Huh, I don't think I know that one. But strength roll for me.
$13.
Okay, so you take the crowbar, and it still seems to be pretty malleable, so you jam it under a portion of it, and it bends straight up right where you threw the crowbar through it, and pulled it straight through, and a small piece of amalgamated metals, probably the size of 3 inches across or so, is pried up. That's a little chip of it, basically.
I should explain, because I don't know if people are fully understanding. These chests were full,
Gold.
and silver, and platinum, and bronze.
And from the way
And
it
gems.
sounded like they were big chests that you could fit inside of.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because you jumped in it at one point and were frolicking in it, if you will.
Pretending to be Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
I did take notes. Which I thought were important. I wrote down Warren was Scrooge McDuck for a minute until the gold was melted by acid, and God left to pee. Those are the only notes I took.
I like the last one.
Can we
God
dump out those
must urinate.
or the rest of those lockpicks and put some of this gold in one of those some of this precious metal, I'm just gonna call it, into one of those sacks, and hopefully we can reforge it later. I'm asking the group.
Yeah, take it. Gold is gold. Whether it's not coins or not, we can still use it, spend it.
Yeah.
You mind dumping out that bag full of bells while I pry some more of this up?
Oh. Ling, 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 ling.
Is there anything else in this room worth grabbing that hasn't already been grabbed? Like, are all the shelves empty now?
For the most part, there seems to be bits and bobs on the lower parts of the shelves.
I don't think we ever talked about that bear trap looking thing
Yeah.
over at General.
To be honest, if you can come up with whatever the hell that actually is, that's what it is. And I can believe you that that's what that is, because I have no clue what it is either.
Well, it's a top-down view. I thought it was a scale. Like, a set of scales for weighing stuff. Because the cross feet in the center, and then the two arms on the side.
It could also be like a candelabra.
Oh. That kind of makes more sense.
But, well, I thought it looked kind of like a bear trap. But you make more sense. It's probably like a candelabra.
Any of those things make sense if somebody wants to have any of those items. Because I have no idea what that is.
So I'm going to try to pry up more. So I'm going to roll another strength check.
Sure. 18. So this time it comes up. You get the feel for it this time. And you switch it around from using the short end to try and get some more leverage, You use the long end of the crowbar and jam it deeper under the pile and pry up a whole 3 or 4 the like one full bar of it, so it'd be like a 3-foot bar of the amalgamated 6 inches variable all the way to the wall from where you're first jamming it into, and you'd got your first little tick off of it.
Is there any like weapons left on that rack?
There are. The picks are both left. The smaller mace is left, and
I'm
I
going to
think-
pick up the regular pick, the small one.
that would give you, if you're proficient in that sort of thing, as well, some bonuses for doing this.
That's not what I was going to. I wanted to use the pick and like, well, never mind. I guess I've been using the crowbar this whole time. Never mind.
He wants more code.
I was going to touch the pick on the thing to see if there's any residual like liquid that's going to melt shit that it comes in contact to. But I've been using the crowbar this whole time, so that wouldn't work. I have flawed logic. I guess I pick up the bar in the flake.
Yeah. And you're putting it in the sack? Are you like throwing it over your shoulder? Or trying to get some more, or?
Should we take this all with us? Do you think that asshole is going to come back? The wizard dude.
If
I
you have
say
a place
sure.
to put it, I say take it. But if we don't have a place to put it, leave it.
How much would this bar of precious metal weigh?
Probably
30
about
pounds.
25 pounds.
That's close.
I'm just going to add it to my inventory.
What were we doing in this part of the labyrinth before we committed a mass murder? What was the goal?
To commit a
were-
mass murder.
Yeah, we were actually looking for these people to take them out.
Oh, so
Mission
we did the
accomplished.
job.
Well, we didn't kill the one dude, who I think is the important dude.
Yeah, the like leader.
Do we
Yeah,
need
he
to track
don't.
him down, or can we get our payment?
Oh. I wasn't there for that deal. I showed up after that. I just heard that people needed killing and we'd get paid.
Fraudsnell said who's the bartender?
We could potentially go back to the table room and get the coin and hand that off as the payment. Be like, here, if you, we've pretty much taken them all out, but if there are any left, use this coin to get them.
But then if we hand off the coin, then we lose our little loop that we got going on.
Yeah.
So that robot
Uh-huh.
voice you heard was Vomaira's voice for the evening. If those that weren't here in the beginning of our conversations, she doesn't have a voice. She's yelled it all out. But she was asking who's the bartender.
Oh yeah, what was his name? I wrote that down, didn't I?
And she said also in the Discord chat, because her Astral one's not working, he asked us to take out this group so we could complete the tasks and level up to talk to the main guy who could get us outside. And the main guy is difficult. He chops dicks off or something.
Have 6 off or something.
I
Okay.
like them.
How do we know we killed everyone here?
I mean, we can wander around and.
Hey Bob, how many people were in here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, sir. Oh, yeah, you've got a captainy voice about you. That was well. I almost answered you on the spot.
Hi.
I regained my sobering attitude, though. Don't worry. I want to say there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 or so people, maybe 7
Herbs
including.
Kala said Gerald is the bartender.
What?
Gerald is the bartender.
Gerald.
Ah, that's right.
And he just finishes saying, "Yeah, it's so I think there were 6 including Ferris."
So we just left.
Herbs
Ferris.
Kala said Nobunaga is the main guy.
What was that, Ash?
Nobunaga. Wait. So we just left Ferris alive?
Well, he kind of escaped.
Technically,
Herbs
that
Kala
means he's
said
alive.
yes.
Yeah, but we didn't let him.
But Gerald doesn't have to know that he's alive.
Yeah.
Nobunaga's the main guy.
I feel
Wait,
like we wouldn't
The one
want
we
to
serviced?
lie to him.
No. Nobunaga is the dude of the Thieves Guild that we're
Oh,
trying
that's
to
right.
meet.
Well,
I
Sorry, my
don't-
notes are a little sporadic. There's a lot of sketches.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check something. Mine. Beat
gonna
my
go-
face off this wall.
I don't think we should piss off the guy who cuts people's dicks off.
Didn't we just do what he wanted us to
Herbs
do?
Kala said we serviced Vladimir and his
Well,
brother.
I mean, like, yeah, but
yes,
like,
yes, we did. That's right.
I wouldn't really want to lie to Al Capone, if you understand what my thing is.
I guess it's only
So,
a problem if you have a dick.
Yeah, we're all fine.
I'm gonna stand outside the room when you go talk to him. Okay. I'm back. I'm gonna say we killed about 7 people out there. Because I can't get through the wall. I'm just gonna say we killed 7 people out there. Go collect our gold.
Have we completely explored this sewer?
I don't think we have. That's why I was thinking maybe there's more
Gold.
to be murdered.
Let's wander around. Bob, is there anybody else down here that we should be aware of?
Oh, you mean like in our quadrant, or what do you mean?
Yeah, in like this location of the labyrinth.
Well, there was a minotaur, but I think they caught him.
We found him. He's fine.
I was gonna say, isn't the Minotaur free?
Oh, that's a little unfortunate. I
We
think
should
you're gonna
talk to him.
you probably pissed some people off there. I think.
Don't worry about it.
Everything will be fine.
We had a very nice, chill conversation about that with them. They were fine.
Does the Minotaur like us? Are we friends?
We had to make some heads roll, but we're fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
2 files.
Fucking door. Is there any way you can just get rid of doors?
I can, but then it becomes a wall in this situation because of the way that the freaking it's called dynamic lighting. That gives you the walls and gives you the possibility to have doors. But I'm just gonna pull you guys on the other side. It's the quickest way. And when you guys are leaving, Baharash is like, I'm content. I'm gonna sit here and guard this coin for you guys. I'm gonna take a nap.
Thank you.
That
No,
guy
no,
is
no,
always
doesn't.
napping.
Maybe he should see a doctor.
I feel like
he
this
knows
room
how to
should
live
have-
his life right. What are you talking
Like-
about?
Isn't he
feel
the
like-
doctor?
Ostriches.
I feel like this room like stops abruptly. But whatever. Is this a chest with like sacks on top?
Oh, in here?
I went into like what I imagine is the crew quarters or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah, the sleeping quarters.
the barracks.
That
Let
those
me out.
that
Let me out.
I thought I moved you out. I tried. The
Let me out. Let me out.
box you're looking at, Warren, is a crate with steel banding on it. It does not look like a chest. It looks like it's a reinforced crate.
Can I be removed?
What other?
Captain,
Are
my
there just like
captain.
makeshift pillows on top?
No, those are sacks. What you would guess to be some sort of full grain unprocessed. It seems like when you're just poking it.
Should I take the time and actually look in this crate? Fuck it. So instead of trying to break the metal bands, no. Instead of trying to make the metal bands, I take the crowbar and try to shove it in between the like slats of the wood. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
This is so weird.
6. So you jam,
Hi.
jam it
Are you having
into
it?
the
Okay.
wood
Nope.
slats. And you see pieces of wood chip off, but your crowbar doesn't make it through them.
Warren steadies himself and says and quietly mutters, "Second time lucky," and tries it again. Much more effective that time.
So you take yourself after your readied stance and just you go back as if you're going to do the twist and use your full body to jam the thing into it, and you pierce it with you hearing a kind of a chipping crunch on the inside. And your crowbar is still inside of it. You have not removed it because you are just like, oh,
A chipping crunch,
yeah.
like not of the wood, like what's ever inside.
Yes.
A chipping crunch. I pull out the crowbar and inspect it to make sure I haven't like cracked it, because I have been using it a lot.
You pull it out, and the crowbar itself seems pretty intact, but it seems to be covered. Excuse me, sorry. Just need to take a drink.
Hi.
Breath after you pull it out.
Covered in full white powder, like you would see in the other room. But upon closer inspection, it's a much finer grain, and you kind of get even closer. It doesn't quite have a smell.
Oh. Somebody
That's a
found
plus.
something good.
Hey, guys, I think I might found some of that god salt or whatever the fuck you were talking about.
If I could get out of this room, I'd check it for you.
I'm
You
fighting
just
it.
run in and does a line without even
Herb's
questioning
Kala
it.
said what?
You.
Oh wait, I heard talking.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Herb's Kala said
I
I'm
show
there.
them the end of
Huh?
my crowbar
Huh?
and I point towards the crate.
I'm gonna dip my pinky onto the powder from this crowbar and just
Me
rub
too.
it, and just rub it on my gums, my lower gums.
And you get the instant numbing sensation that you would normally from a extremely rare source of
Herb's Kala
Fine.
said ditto.
very fine type of MSG.
This is a good cut. We found some good MSG. Uncle Roger would be proud. Hiya! Kitty butt.
So I'm guessing busting it open and letting it all
Kitty
fall on the
butt?
floor would be a bad thing. So I'm gonna let you guys handle that.
Josh's cat walked across at the camera.
Yeah,
Oh, my-
I've been fighting her for my mouse.
Can't fight instincts, man.
Yeah.
Antimatter
Huh.
rifle.
Is it just me, or is this like room supposed to go another 5 feet?
Yeah, it abruptly ended for me too, but I wasn't worried about it. It was probably just like another wall where the headboard's rested up against. I would actually like to know what is on this table that I am looking at.
Where are you?
I wandered off. Because it's totally safe for me, little squishy one, to do so.
So you see, I think somebody else had looked at this too, because I remember this map being very much like the other map you already have. And there seems to
Is
be...
this the map with the penis on it?
No, I'm just gonna move your little character. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's completely finished. Like and yours is more finished, the one that you had received, but it is matching up pretty much with what you have on your map. And it looks like they're trying to make their own edits, but very poorly with a very fat brush in large
Okay,
strokes.
is there anything else of use on this table?
I just need to be able to see, so I'm moving your character. So here and here are 2 full cups of a greenish liquid and a glass, or a bottle rather. That's about 3/4 full, as well as the brush that would seem to have been making the edits, and a paint or inkwell right there next to it.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that, the paint brush and the inkwell. And I'm gonna ask Bob, I'm like, do you know what this bottle is with this liquid in it?
Oh, my lady. Sorry, I was enjoying the nice rump you got here. The bottle is
Rump.
You know, I've seen them drinking it. I think they call it wine. I haven't been able to taste it myself.
And why not?
Oh, I'm unfortunately without said capabilities. You have something in your mouth I do not. A tongue.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to taste wine?
How would you propose we do such a thing?
Could you hop in my body and use my taste buds?
Oh God, no! I mean, but
Pinky.
Oh,
whatever the fuck happened.
I hadn't even considered that. Considering our early conversations. But that is something I can do.
Ooh, so he can do that. Awesome. So I have to use a specific saying so that he could leave his skull.
Yes, my lady, that would be, Bob, I set you free, in that exact order.
But then wouldn't that just let you be free and you just wander off and we don't have you anymore? It's like a nice companion.
Somehow the skull manages a grin. You are quite clever, mistress.
Right?
How about this? Bob, you may leave your vessel for an hour and use my body to taste wine.
Okay.
How much wine do you plan on letting them drink for an hour? Jeez.
Someone's
Are
getting drunk tonight.
Just
Word?
named a random number, whatever came to my head first.
Are those your only,
Instructions.
requirements?
After an hour, you will leave my body and go back into your skull.
Agreed.
Okay.
Joss, I have made a mistake.
Uh oh.
Are you in a wall?
Nope.
Are you in the poop
I'm
river?
Crossed the river, and I went into that room that we haven't been in yet.
Oh, okay. If you wait there a second, I was just going to say we'll finish off what I was saying here to Ash and as Bob, and Bob would say, "Well, you still have to utter the phrase, but those terms are agreeable."
Bob, I set you free to use my body?
And Mame and Zolas, you notice an orangish red flash over by Zolas out of the corners of your eyes, and then nothing out of the ordinary other than that now Ash is definitely feeling themselves up at this point.
Wait. Yes, but also where was the flash?
Out of the corner of your eye, you could not tell, but it was coming from Ash's direction.
Okay, you said Zolas.
Oh, my bad. I was looking at Zolas when I said it, that's why. And after that, he does kind of look around in your body. You're experiencing all of this kind of like a backseat driver, Ash. So you can't really do anything in this particular instance because you haven't agreed otherwise. And this is what you're feeling. You do feel him groping you though, and you're like, this is weird, guys. And you don't move your mouth, and he just grabs the bottle and starts kind of chugging. And he's like, this is delicious. Thank you.
So if I can feel what he's doing to me, can I also taste whatever he tastes?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
And you
It's so sour.
you should roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Did it come through?
I don't see anything yet.
All right.
I'm gonna yell over, "Hey Bob, welcome to your new body. You really lucked out."
Yeah, this is a fine specimen here. But don't worry, your friend shall be back within the hour.
So it's just Bob's voice now coming from myself.
Are her eyes glowing orange or something?
And her eyes are glowing orange, but not around, not the full. Oh crap! What's the white of the eye called again? It's kind of like it's coming out of the edges.
Eris?
No.
The whites of the eye. It's called something, but I forget off the top of my head now too.
So my pupils are glowing?
No, your pupils.
No, the opposite of your pupils are glowing.
Oh,
The
okay.
white.
No, not quite the whites either. The like crack around your eye just before where your eyelid, like it's as if there was a light shining from behind your eyeballs.
Oh, okay.
Why was I going to explain it the same way?
I'm just gonna yell, "I don't believe you, but I don't care. Have fun."
Okay, bye.
So yeah, going back, I fucked up.
Yes. So Warren, you walk right.
Can I have the shield?
I want to see what's on this rack too.
Yeah.
the shield?
I want to know how big the shield is.
The shield is gone, and there are two other missing spaces, which were kind of dusted outlines of hand axes. But there is a pick and a mace, and we'll say a longbow right there. And Warren, while you're standing there, the guard just kind of nods both of the guards just kind of nod their heads at you and say, "Welcome to Hooch and Pooch."
Hooch and pooch.
You hooch 'em, we pooch 'em.
What is hooch and pooch?
I believe you were here earlier. This guard says, here. It's the bar in these parts. Just through this door, he gestures.
Is this where Jared is? Gerald?
The bar, you say?
Ash kind of walks up to
Wait,
you,
we were there already.
Flint,
Yeah.
and just starts, like, groping your butt while you're not looking. Like, not even...
What the hell is wrong with you? I
Whoa.
step back.
Oh, That's a nice firm buttocks you have there, sir.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She let the thing out.
Yep.
Even after I said we shouldn't let him out.
We were here already?
I'm gonna look to Zolas and be like, what happened?
I don't remember this.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know
Well-
exactly what happened. There was a flash of light, and now Bob is drunk, and he's just touching everyone.
Oh, well.
I say to
So,
Bob,
While
just
you're
resting inside my own head as a backseat driver, I'm like, this is quite enjoyable.
while you're doing that, talking to Zolas there, Flint, Bob in Ash's body starts like pulling down the shoulders of their shirt to reveal more cleavage and kind of pokes. What do you call that when you like push your breasts together? It's called like
You plump them up.
There we go. Plumps them up for you, and
Oh.
looks at you and goes, "Looking for a good time there, sailor." Roll a if you.
I'm gonna look to Zolas and be like, you might want to leave the room.
I know way too much about Bob now, and then I leave.
Okay, who needs to roll what?
I guess nothing now with Flint's accepting it. I was going to say if you're going to try and fight the persuasion there, but that worked out marvelously. And Bob
I'm gonna step to the side of Bobash. Bobish. Turn her so she's facing the table. Slam her body over it and just fucking go banana sandwich on it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
roll a performance.
Isn't Johnny's
performance.
character a Dragonborn and
No,
Yeah.
I'm an Ashmere. I'm
He's an elemental, or no, he's an
Asmere.
angelic being.
So I have a jelly dick.
Performance.
I have a tentacle dick.
No.
I want to see.
Jesus.
I want to see how will you perform there, Flint, on managing that particular feat.
Oh God. At least I have a bonus
God.
to it.
he does not perform well with the
Okay,
jelly dick.
so with the
Wow, yeah.
9 and a 5 there, you managed to, swing him around towards the stone little table there, and as he's bent over, you obviously noticed that they're not as coordinated as Ash was in their own body, and though providing most of the same accoutrement as the female form would, and still managed to have a good time, but it is a little awkward.
Still managed to get that bounce chicka wow wow down.
Exactly. And
Push and rope.
I need to go back to this because there's something else you guys should roll.
Inspiration.
No.
Bob's a little rusty.
Just he immediately gets drunk and then has sex with the first person he sees.
You touch me!
If you
No.
haven't,
Glad
if
I
you
was
haven't,
able to leave the room in
if-
time.
Yeah, you don't want to see this poor sad excuse of a jelly dick.
just flopping around on top of a possessed corpse, that's very awkward. In there.
I use thaumaturgy to make really gross sound effects.
I need to hear those.
Like a wet noodle.
I've just been trying to find that freaking document that I
hold
found.
on. Give me 1 second. I have the perfect sound.
Oh god. Oh, he's leaving the desk.
Oh no.
Oh
So,
god.
while he's gone,
Oh, here it is. Yep.
Using Jess as a vessel.
No. There's no air in it. Ah! Ah!
Are those the noises? I hope those aren't the noises.
I can't get it back in.
You screwed squishy. What is that?
Can't get what back in?
Oh, Squiggly Bob.
I know what they're playing with, and it's even funnier that most of you don't know what they're playing with.
Yeah, it sounds
In our
terrifying.
In our B&B campaign, They also have like a semi-sentient being that is just jelly in a jar, and its name is Squishy Bob. Squiggly Bob.
Okay.
Oh my God, the skull is Kentucky Bob.
I kind of heard it, but you're right next to my head. Did you
Oh,
guys
okay, here
hear
we go.
any of that?
I think the sound is distorted because it's like digital, but there's still some wild sounds coming across.
Oh goodness, he's still trying. Oh my goodness,
They didn't hear it. They'll definitely hear it.
Okay.
Jesse, did you hear me?
So
I can hear you.
I said it's Kentucky Bob.
I'm sitting on my desk right now.
No, the skull. Your skull. The skull in game.
Oh. Yeah, I actually made a planter that's a skull with crystals on it, and I named it Kentucky Bob.
So, well, that's how
Constitution.
happening.
We name a lot of stuff Bob, apparently.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
God.
And that one.
Ash, I think you're pregnant.
Oh God,
it
this
like-
is so
Don't
fucking
Don't say
great.
anything when he comes back. Don't say anything.
Is it part skull, part heavenly being? What?
It looks like the gestation period for an Azimir is 11 months.
Ooh, joy.
So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound effect worked just as good as my performance.
Yeah, your performance was real great, buddy.
Yeah.
You did a fantastic job, says
You did
Ash inside
something.
your own head.
So Bob pulls Ash's pants back up, as I'm assuming you're doing the same, finishing off there, Flint, and you guys leave the room with big smiles on your faces.
Oh, what the fuck? What every campaign.
Someone's getting boned. Just accept it, dude.
So,
I had to go back to the reference sheet. That's where I was going to for this how to have sex in D&D and the pins. But what's your
okay,
question,
okay.
Warren?
That's right.
Uh,
You said that.
so we someone said we had been here before. In this bar.
Yeah, that's the guard here. He says he'd said that. Yes.
But was I here for that? Because I do not remember.
You joined after that fact.
Did he?
I thought so, because I thought we got the missions, and I thought we killed the imps, and then went back to the table room, and then that's where he joined us.
Oh, you have a point there. And he kind of wasn't really talking to you when he said that then, Warren. He kind of was looking over your shoulder at the giant Goliath Mame behind you. And you just look like a hooded figure to him from that distance, basically. So,
You just look like Soltis.
yeah, he could perceivably miss... and that's what you're gathering, basically, just from the interaction. You're like, I don't know him. Maybe he's thinking of somebody else in our party? Looking back over at me, Mame.
So am I still allowed to move myself, by the way?
You might as well. I'll just interact otherwise.
Okay.
So,
You've only got a little bit left on the possession anyways, so...
so was the guy that we were supposed to kill right next to the guy who asked us to kill him?
Wait,
Not that I know of or remember.
Where for sake, where did we get the job to kill the
At a bar.
And
at this bar?
the guard says, yes,
Oh wait, I
that would
can't
be
talk.
that would
You
be
can't hear me.
that would be Gerald. Yeah, he's on the other side of this door here at the bar.
Warrior's just standing there so confused, like, so the guy.
I'm gonna guess that Bob hears the words bar and just was like, yeah, let's go in.
Yep,
But-
pretty much.
What's down here?
It's a grate.
Can I see anything?
It is pitch black. Seems to go on forever. Sounds like there's dripping bits of water that don't even reach. You can hear them resounding down the corridor. Or the tunnel? Passage? whatever you want to call it.
There's a dead guy in here.
Yeah, so you guys
Dead
recognize
people
that
everywhere.
guy from before that had surrendered. Apparently had been hacked to pieces, his head still intact,
Oh,
but the rest
no!
of him not so much.
What? Weren't we like talking to him? Didn't we save him or something?
And his
No,
whole
he
body
just surrendered.
is looted, and he is naked on that floor there. And everybody here has some parts of what they had gathered after beating the crap out of him, and are apparently placing bets and playing a card game for them.
Wonderful.
This is the idea that I had earlier.
Ah.
This is the guy who. This is the place where the guy gave them the mission that killed the.
I'm assuming, Warren,
I'm
you're
so
turning
confused.
back to Mame, and you're like, help? Where are we supposed to go? Bob.
I'm gonna go talk to this bearded devil.
Bob goes straight up to the bar and orders a drink, and the fat dro behind the counter says, "Aye," and runs off to grab what you don't even realize they're ordering because you're fighting back for possession now, Ash, and you're in control again.
Wait, I
An
was
hour.
fighting back?
You are towards the end whenever he was ordering the drink, like, because you were coming back to your full body because the agreed upon terms were
time.
ending. Yeah, the time was ending basically, and there was another orange flash that from your general direction people are like, huh? Oh well, must be magic.
Must be magic.
Comes back over and he sets down a odd milky looking drink in front of you. Says that'll be a single gold piece. And you hear Bob from your hip. Oh, mistress, you must try this. This is a drink from when I was in another possession. It was wonderful. It's a milk of a camel fermented over many decades.
I agree with that noise.
All right, so I hand over the coin and pull the mug towards myself.
I wonder what he means by milk. I wonder if it's lady milk or man milk.
Like, all right, we had a good time so far. I might as well keep trusting this opinion, Skull's opinion.
It might be better to not ask questions.
And you
Yeah.
are you throwing it back then, or are you taking a sip, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a sip.
Mm-hmm. Roll a Constitution for me then, if you don't mind.
Oh god. Oh god. Did it show?
No. Oh, I see.
Oh
it.
god. Oh god.
Your rolls though tonight.
Uh-oh.
Your rolls are the opposite of what mine were a couple days ago. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna start rolling dice here on the table.
Yeah, you might want to do that. Give that a try. So with the 3, you take that small sip, and it takes everything in you to not just from the fermented taste that is permeating the drink. It doesn't at all taste like anything you could have described beyond maybe some old cheese that somebody had forgotten in a fridge one time that you had smelled. An icebox. Correction, not fridge.
So yeah, and I just kind of like lean down towards the skull and I'm like, you liked this drink?
Oh, isn't it heavenly? It's so much essence of life, because life is just doing and living and having the experience. In my state, I can't experience anything but words.
Okay, so I guess that explains his immediate like, yeah, touch me, bone me right here.
I'll call over the drow and ask for the hardest brown liquor he has.
Aye, sir. That'll be a single half silver, and he grabs the lowest rung bottle they can over here and comes back over and sets a glass on the table and starts pouring off a 2-finger pour.
A single half silver.
Single, yes, half silver there.
Make it a 4-finger pour and just have a silver.
Ah, sounds deal.
What an upsell.
Takes the silver and the gold that are sitting on the counter.
And I take a big sip. Constitution saving.
Oh.
Nice. So the burning sensation that goes down the back of your throat is pleasing because it not only numbs your throat but also your mind slightly and washes away some of the terrible experiences you've been having lately. And you just you feel every muscle relax in your body from the familiar liquid of a hearty rum. And then Gerald comes down and says, "Ah, hello there. Have you finished your tasks?" Over the fasts that are sitting on the counter here, from obviously a little bit standing off.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the mug away and be like, "Yes, sir. We have finished the tasks you set for us."
That's actually appropriate the way you're talking too, because you're fairly inebriated at this point.
Wine, milk. I'm just leaning really heavily on the bar.
And he goes, "Ah, well then I'll just need the proof of that. I think we'd said the heads of the others, and I do see one of the individuals that should have been your target back there on the floor, naked and broken. I think one of the guards..."
We sent him in here for you to have fun.
Oh, that we did. And I think one of the guards had reported the other corpses, so I can take that one on your word. But the imps, I think I was asking for heads.
Shit, who had the heads, guys?
Did we pick up the heads? I know we cut off a few.
Yeah, we picked up all the heads except for Sasha's, I was pretty sure.
Forget who had to.
I think it was...
Did Mariel have them?
I think it was Griselda and
Baharash.
Vamire. Hmm?
Was it Baharash?
I don't
Because didn't he
remember.
say he was gonna go back and pick them up?
Either way,
We don't have them, do we?
yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Zolas, what are you doing out here, by the way? Are you just planning to stand right there and talk to that guard Rennie or something?
Nope, I was eating.
Okay, just checking. Just wanted to be sure.
I'll be at the bar where everyone else is.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish my drink.
Let's just pretend that I was drinking, and I don't know where they are though.
That second Constitution saving throw is me finishing my drink.
Oh, dang. And the burning sensation seems to wash away all of the memories from the day. Not literally, just they don't seem to bother you as much anymore.
The bad one.
Yeah.
Which is why adults like alcohol.
That's called happiness.
So,
Humans perfected alcohol over 1,000 years ago. As soon as we gained consciousness, we were trying to turn it the fuck back off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, what is this? Please make it stop! Pretty much.
Reality is pain!
What was I gonna say? Oh, do you guys remember what he said his reward was going to be for the killing of that guild? Oh yeah, the potential talk with Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Is there something else?
I think... Didn't he say promised gold? I need to mark where these notes are. Or maybe
That's
should
exactly
just
what I
have
was
a
thinking
separate
about.
Notebook.
I'm guessing Gerald is talking to Ash, like directly.
As I lay on the bar.
He was because she was talking to him.
I butted in and I said, I helped with guild. I have no idea what you're talking about with the imps, though.
Well, that's so right there, sir. My name's Gerald, by the way. And that's the dro
Nice to meet you.
that's standing a little bit back off the counter there. You should be able to see Gerald under.
I'm Warren. Yeah, I see him.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Warren. I'm the taskmaster for this Thieves Guild until you can work your way up to Nobunaga. It seems like you guys have earned a discussion with him, but I'll still have to put in a good word and see what his schedule's like, if you catch my drift. He's not exactly the most pleasant person to try and gain a audience with.
You guys have food here?
Ah, yes. What would you like?
Do you have anything red meat wise?
Well, just a solid slab of red. We have a couple dishes. Do you want me to surprise you?
Sure.
All right. That'll be a simple bronze or copper, depending upon where your regions you're from. And he just runs off to the kitchen. And the door closes behind him. You hear as he'd open the door to the kitchen too, a couple other people working in the back, basically. And some pots and pans clinging around. Everybody else is mildly hungry too after their escapades.
I'm thinking we should, yeah. I also think we should rest.
Or sexcapades in some cases, that as it might be.
Yep. I need a Powerade and a sandwich.
And a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she openly talking about that, or is it just like...
Oh, I was totally aware the whole time.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
like,
she was
in character.
back seat boinking on that.
But I mean, like, in character.
So,
Because, like...
Warren, you're asking Ash, like, were you okay with that? Like, I mean, do you not hate Bob?
Nope. I didn't word the situation properly, so I kind of feel like that's my own fault, and it's not like I really had a bad time.
Assuming you fling a
Clint
link.
in the background hearing this going, wiping the sweat from his brow.
Scale of 1 to 20. How good was it?
Shut up!
I
Let's
think
roll
that.
a d20.
I think that was Ash's question towards or
It was a 9.
It was a 9.
So average. We're gonna go with average. It wasn't memorable, but it's not forgettable.
So I've known you people for about...
What do you mean, you people?
In game.
in game for about like half a day now, ish.
It's probably been
Yes.
I think about a day, because you can feel the wear of your situation from when you'd first met them to now as being pretty close to a day now.
And you've openly sexified 2 people.
I have.
And
Are you keeping
judging
score?
her?
I got us information. I got us ways to the inside Thieves Guild. Don't
not
judge
judging,
my
I'm just saying.
skills. Also, I just want to say that I didn't really plan on playing the character like this. It just kind of happened, and now I'm just like, whatever, let's go with it.
that's how I do all my characters.
That's the same though.
We can tell.
Yeah, I really planned on this character to be like a super serious snob, and I just, yep, no, that didn't happen.
And now she's dick drunk.
Not the first time.
Shit. So Gerald comes back in at this point, and he's holding a dish of heaping pile of assorted meats. Some all red meats, some sausages, some apparent other cured meats, and at least one large steak, and he sets it down in front of you. Bronze, please? Or a
toss him
copper? Toss him a copper. Got it.
Openly sexified two people. Jesus.
Openly.
You want to make it 3?
That'd be 2, just one twice.
So, but yeah, you'll have to give me some time on that audience with Nobunaga. Probably, a good. If you come back tomorrow, I'd probably be able to help you with that.
Is there a place to rent rooms around here so we can take it, so we can get some sleep?
Well, it sounds like you've claimed the, Outcast Thieves Guild quotas with your vanquishing of them. Don't think anyone will
Perfect.
challenge you on that note.
Nobody wants to be there with all the dead bodies.
And the left behind.
We should
Fun.
probably kick those into the poop river.
Yeah.
Let them disappear.
I say that mumbling as I shut food in my mouth.
Oh yeah, I want to order some food. Just the special of the day will do.
A special, you say? All right then. And Warren, roll a Constitution for me, and I'll come up with a description for you. That'll also wouldn't be a yeah. I guess it can be a saving if you want. It'd just be the same thing as a regular Constitution check, which just be your Constitution with your modifier, a D20 with your Constitution modifier. So 21. So you just taste the succulent meats and their juices, and they're running down your face, and you're getting meat drunk on how delicious this is. Just like, oh yes, I haven't had a good meal in a solid 24 hours. And I'm guessing Ash and Mame both flip Warren, or I was looking at Warren, Gerald a copper, and he runs into the back after sliding them into his apron.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Just trying to adjust my currency, and it just keeps closing it every time I go to adjust it.
Sounds like your computer is in need of some love.
Let's not go there.
It is.
Let's not go there, John.
So many issues that I
Insert
don't know how to resolve.
USB port, remove USB port, insert USB port. Is that what you
I
meant?
stick my USB in your USB port.
Maybe if I do it on my laptop, I'll have less issues.
Ah, God damn it, Ike.
So as I finish my meal of many meats, I turn to the rest of the bar and I see if there's anything interesting going on.
You turn your eyes to where?
Just over to like. I saw some people over here.
Ah, you're talking about
Human.
on the stage up here, basically, and you all are experiencing a soft played drum and a horribly singing goblin, off key, drunk, and invariably thinking he's amazing on the stage.
So, Mame's gonna lean over and, look at this bearded devil and say, you a fan of this music?
The bearded devil, and he goes, huh? Oh, I'm just drowning my sorrows, and he's holding, like, the biggest mug that you've ever seen Mame in this
How
amazing mead.
did you get that mug?
From the bartender, of course, he stutters.
What are your sorrows
Oh,
that require that large of a mug
I
of
was-
mead, did you say? I'm also gonna yell at the bartender. Hey, yo, Mr. Bartender, give me one of these.
aye, that'll be a full silver.
Hey, boss.
Fine.
Hit me
Is
with
that hop-
another.
Right? That hobgoblin has a crown. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Well, full of himself. Lots of earrings. But anyway, yeah.
And,
so silver.
He's filling up the. It's a full, like, it's probably the size of your chest big. Like, it is. It would take a strength check from anybody else other than yourself in the party to even lift.
Good.
And he
That's a
sets
challenge.
and he sets it on the bar in front of you, and it's a smells heavenly of freshly. What does one do to get honey? It's not curing. I don't know what it's called. There's a process to it. Freshly.
honey?
It's fermented honey.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fermented
mean.
honey. But like, what do you call when you harvest honey? There's got to be a name for it.
Harvest honey.
Yeah. Okay.
Or beehiving. I don't know.
There's got to be a name
Beehive.
for it. I have no idea what it is, but there's got to be one. So it just smells like freshly harvested honey and some mild spices.
Oh, this is wonderful.
And if you start drinking, then roll me a constitution and tell me how much you're drinking.
I mean, I'm not gonna chug it, right? I'm gonna savor it and appreciate it for this wonderful bit of delight in this poop river place, and try to figure out why this bearded devil with the skulls on his shoulders is so sad.
So you're contemplating that to yourself, or you're asking aloud? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him. I said, "So what's
Right.
what are you drowning your what required this large of a cup to drown your sorrows?
I didn't finish that, did I?
What kind of sorrows?"
So
Yeah, no, it's okay. There's lots going on.
your Constitution 17 there, you're take a good healthy swallow of it, and it's just this pretty much as it smelled, but also has some nice everlasting floral notes after you've swallowed it. And
I want some of this now.
you're just sitting there appreciating the moment and asking the bearded devil again, and he says, "Oh, well, I was summoned to do a task from the depths of hell, and this is one of the closest bars from the entrances to hell after I'd been vanquished back almost immediately after being summoned. It was rather disappointing. I barely even got to kill anyone."
Hell, never been. Is it nice there?
It's pretty hot until you get to the lower depths, and it's pretty cold. Doesn't have a good medium, you know. That's another reason why we keep coming up to Earth. It's not comfortable down there.
You didn't get to kill anyone, you say?
Barely. Barely. That is key. Yeah, he stumbles over his words. And his eyes kind of flutter. And Gerald comes back out and has 2 potato bowls that are the size of Mame's head that you guys had experienced from before, because he says, "This is the special. You guys had gotten it before. I hope you like it a second time." And he lays it down in front of you guys. And it's got some stew inside of these potato bowls that is full of vegetables and broth and meats that you had experienced before.
Delicious. I
Nom
just start
nom
chowing
nom.
down.
Constitution. And you guys that had eaten, there's a second bar under your health in Astral that I was using to keep track of your stamina, is what I was considering it, but it's kind of more like your eating bar at this point. Like when you've eaten last, I guess.
Your
because-
hunger.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
hunger bar.
I'm only at half.
Yeah, so you'd go back up to full after that hearty full thing of meat, and you're kind of in a meat coma right now, just like.
Meat coma.
And you recognize the meats as you got deeper into it, and over your original excitement of like, yes, meat, as being from animals you recognize and not of any suspicious sorts. The sausages being of extreme note, being there's some spices that you aren't familiar with that were adding to the nice other hearty notes from the meat, some kind of almost mintiness, but it's not like a minty fresh, more of just a earthy mint.
I would just like to point out I got one of those mugs. Of
What's that?
I got one of those mugs of whatever Mame is drinking.
Who wants the mead? Sorry, I misspelled mead.
You want the mead? Is that what you'd said?
Yeah, I put it in chat.
Oh,
I
okay.
misspelled.
I was
I'll
looking.
order a mead too.
Okay.
It's delightful.
Aye, mead's all around then.
Let's all try and pick it up.
Yes.
A Stein holding contest.
So he says, "All right, this is the one that's not Gerald, but also still mostly Rotundro," and he says, "That'll be a silver each." And he picks up the silver that Warren had laid on the bar and pockets it.
Is that a crossbow behind the bar?
Yes.
Oh,
It is.
I've
It has
through
been.
that already.
It has been replaced from earlier shenanigans. Yes.
Oh, so items respawn in this world, you say?
Not respawn like. After,
Replaced.
yeah.
They get put away.
Yeah. Exactly.
They have a storage room full of them, so when people keep stealing them.
Because it wasn't stolen, if you remember. Griselda picked it up and just like
Dropped it.
dropped it on the counter as a power play, attempting to startle them.
She was behind the bar.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
know you
mage
don't, Warren.
hand.
She used a hand, her ephemeral hand thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna lean back over towards this bearded devil and say, "So you say the entrance to hell isn't so far away from here? No kidding."
No kidding.
There was no kidding being had. Yeah. It's down back under this particular level in the labyrinth. Not sure if you've been down there. There's lava flowing out of the and or around the entrance, actually.
You know anything else about this labyrinth?
Oh, the labyrinth? No, I really just only come up here for the drinks. Hooch and Pooch really has some good selection from the other worlds.
I'd just say I love the name of this place.
No one asked last time.
Wait, other worlds? You mean only you've been other places besides the labyrinth and hell?
Well, yeah. I'm an interplanar traveler, for the most part. When I'm summoned, that is.
Okay.
Fortunately, I can also be banished by similar means. He kind of
Who
closes his
summons
eyes.
you?
His head lolls off to the side when you were asking that, Zolas. Like he's falling asleep.
He's had a lot of that mead.
Mom is gonna like lean over and kind of elbow him a little bit and be like, nice skulls on your shoulders. Where'd you get those?
Oh, those are from some of my other conquests. Those were fun times. Lots of blood, much bathing. He kind of lolls back forward. His head's going towards the bar now, and his mug falls over, and it's obviously empty.
Okay.
And
I
Gerald
was gonna be real
says
upset if
across
you
the
would've
bar,
wasted mead.
"Yeah, good luck with that one. He's on his 4th."
Jeez. Well, guys, you want to go to hell?
The lava thing was right near the poop chute. We were like right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever getting out of here to daylight, so, you might as well go to hell while we're down
I
here.
thought we were already here.
Not quite.
As Warren picks up his cup and walks over to the gamblers. and
I can
pulls
just
up
imagine
the-
Warren's, like, both arms around this mug, carrying it like a barrel.
Yeah, did I get one of those mugs?
So, Warren, before you were even able to move it, anybody that is going to attempt to pick it up after the Dro both had helped each other to get the mugs on the counter, too. set it down in front of each of you, you know, kind of two-man lift style, like, and
I strongly underestimated the size of this.
and you would have to roll a strength check to see if you can even lift it, or you can, you know, stand on the stool and start sticking your head into it. I don't really care. You figure out what you do.
Do they have straws here? I can see them all like standing next to it, like a big straw hanging.
Well, I don't pick it up.
Yep.
Oh wait, do I need to roll a strength?
I'm not even strong. I just rolled well.
Oh gosh.
We got.
I'm just going.
Oh. Here we go.
Flint.
How do you keep rolling?
Oh my god. A
Me and
nat
Ash-
one.
Me and Ash both rolled ones.
I also
Oh,
have
dear
a
Lord.
-1 to my strength, so I technically rolled a 0.
Oh,
I technically rolled a 4, but it was a nat 1.
Okay. So we've got Ash, Flint, and Zolas who received these ones, right? Because Mame already has one as drinking heartily. All
Yep.
right. So
Oh, and Warren has one too.
I think you had already paid for yours, though. That's what I was just trying
Yeah.
to put in the chat here. So I don't know if you guys are keeping track of your inventory as well there, but I'm trying to help you out a little bit at least with those
Yeah,
notes.
how much was this mug?
It was a silver.
one silver.
Over.
And so I
We're
would
definitely
say,
not going anywhere tonight.
Zolas, you lean back with the mug, kind of like pulling it off the counter while attempting to kind of hold the side of where the handle is. And as it falls and leans against your chest, you're like, oh, I've overcompensated. And you grab it in a bear hug, and you're like, okay. And you can kind of get your head over the lip of it, and you're like, it's
I'm just like
delicious.
leaning, and the
Yep.
drink is just flowing into my mouth.
Yep, exactly. And you're like, But to reenact what I just almost did, because not everybody can see me, I basically just fell out of my chair, and that's what the Nat Oneers did here. You go to pull the mug back, and as it lands on your chest, you just fall straight to the floor with the mug flashing over your face, and it's spilling all over you.
Well, at least I'm a little bit cleaner now.
And
That's more tipsy than I
You
thought.
smell slightly floral.
Flint, I see a 7 there. So what happens in your particular case is instead of falling straight back to the floor, guys, so that was Warren and Ash. I'm gonna.
Simultaneously fell backwards.
So wait, did they?
In unison.
Yeah, pretty much. That was.
Are they wasting all that mead?
They're able to stand back up after half of it kind of flows out from out of the mug, I would say, and we're able to get at least a mouthful as they fell backwards, attempting to drink from it. And you guys, when you fell back too, you kind of hit the ground. So you both took a 4 and Warren a 4 and Ash a 3, and Flint, you go to do the same thing as everybody else was doing, and then you notice them fall backwards and just, and you're like, maybe not. And you kind of stand up on the stool and just tilt the mug over a little bit till a little bit lands in your mouth.
So I rolled a Constitution
Of a 4.
because I got a mouthful of alcohol and got a nat 1.
And you are
yeah,
a
I should
little
roll it too.
woozy after your potential concussion there too, and addedly are now drunk. Well, I guess technically you're just. I need to go back to those. Two.
I also rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
Well, at least we're not in combat.
Yeah. Get these out of the way now.
While drinking.
Sleep it off.
Yeah. I feel like we should definitely take a long rest after this.
Let me see
It's not
Level
really safe
up.
for us to go anywhere.
how to get drunk. So
So I'm guessing I'm not really that drunk. It's just I'm half concussed and half drunk.
Oh, I must be really drunk after the whole bottle of wine and then the weird milk and now this.
yeah, you've gained the condition inebriated, Ash, which you you have disadvantage on like all of your attack rolls and ability checks now.
Great. great. Okay.
except
Perfect.
for Constitution ones, which get a
Okay,
additional
you
bonus.
roll.
Which get a bonus?
Yeah, like a +2 bonus right now while you're drunk, because people are
Plus
just
two
like,
bonus.
you know, ah, she's
There's no
drunk.
Constitution.
What about me? Because I
I'm
had a four-finger thing of rum.
getting there. We've got Warren. You are buzzed to this point, on the edge and precipice, you can tell, of being drunk. So you just take
concussed.
and slightly concussed. So you just take disadvantage on like a dexterity roll right now, and checks on saving throws and all of anything to do with dexterity. But you do gain a slight advantage on strength because you're just like, whoa, yeah, because you're inebriated at this point. You're like, ah. So you barely even feel the throbbing in the back of your skull at this point from the concussion. And
Okay, so this can't go anywhere, so I'm going to try to lift it up and take a drink again.
you don't have to do another strength check in this case. You're able to easily lift it up. It is a little awkward as you're holding it back like this, and you're slowly letting the liquid come to you now, though. And you would have to roll another Constitution. And
Screw it, I'm going to chug it.
chug it? Okay.
Yep.
Still Constitution. Just one. I'll work it out here. And
Woo!
and Flint, you're... Did I do Ash already too? And Zolas I still got. Okay. Zolas, you're nat 1 in this particular case. You were also slightly concussed, but you hadn't had any other drinks, so you're also only inebriated at this point, or buzzed. So you would be taking those same disadvantages that I described there, which I can quickly do this. I know I've sent this link before, but I can just do this too real quick. I'm not going to play with the hangover rules right this instance, but maybe we'll see.
Sometime
It doesn't
in the
affect
future.
anything right now, obviously. And going back over to this other screen with a cat butt in my face.
Meow.
Warren, you
That's
finish
kind of trust.
just to finish off what you were doing there then too. You chug the rest of the contents like you'd said, and you are full and wellly truly drunk, and you don't feel a single bit of the slight blood trickling down the back of your neck from the concussion. But others are definitely whispering. But Flint, you take the mug and you're finishing some of that sipping off to the side, like I had said, and you get a decent mouthful, and you feel that full body aroma that I was talking about before of the fresh honey and the lingering floral notes, and you're just this is a good beer, or rather, ale.
Damn fine meat.
Mead. And you're not completely sober. I mean, in the sense that you know you're drinking alcohol, so you feel happier and more relaxed from the day's worries, but you're not even you're not tipsy. Is
Right.
the next thing in between sober and buzzed. So, but you're almost there, and I think that was. Did I miss Zolas? Did I give you yours?
Yep, I'm buzzed.
Okay. Right. And we're down to everybody there. Did I do Ash too? I forget now.
She's inebriated.
Okay. So I did everybody. Because Mame hasn't taken another drink yet. That's where I'm getting confused, because you guys are on your
Wait,
second.
are we doing? Do we have to do saving throws per drink?
Pretty much. So, if you're just like in real life, unless you're gonna down it, because obviously the faster you do it, the less likely you are to survive the saving throw, if you will, to being not drunk.
Oh wait, there's supposed to be saving throws, not ability throws, right?
You got the Constitution saving throw in there. It reads right.
Yeah. Okay.
Got cat
Oh,
hair
I
on my
did
nails.
ability. Oh no, I did saving. Never mind.
They're the same thing. A
Oh, okay.
d20 with your modifier.
Alright.
So Mame, you take another healthy swig, I'm guessing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's giving you some of the same notes, and you don't feel impaired by any means. So you're still sober if you in the scale of drunkenness, but you're definitely feeling those worries slowly work their way out of you.
That's good.
So as you guys are drinking too at the bar there behind you, you hear a little bit of a commotion and this guard here kind of jumps up on the table, and as this gentleman that you kind of recognize from before, those who were in the bar had been chased out from creating commotion, just kind of bolts straight for the door over here, and everybody's up in arms, and the guard is like, "Don't worry, my compatriots are on it." And everybody rushes for the door.
Uh-huh.
Is money
Okay,
on
which
the
door?
table?
The door you guys entered in.
So the one down here.
So do we give chase?
Well, wait. Did they leave anything on the table?
There is some bits of golden cards. But
Yeah.
probably like 3 pieces of gold, as opposed to what it appears kind of there. Because it looks
I'm
like
gonna
the largest stack was on his side, and that's where those 3 pieces were, but there aren't any other pieces anywhere else.
I'm gonna assume since Mame's the most sober, they're gonna walk over and check out the table
What you checking out, though?
and pick up any loose items of value.
Do you perceive cards as being an item of value? Because that's what is there.
Is there a
besides-
full set?
It appears so. Yes.
Yeah. Mame's gonna take the full set of cards and the gold.
There are 3 gold there that were on the table.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion and make it seem like all that stuff is still there.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wink at Mame.
Everybody starts filtering back in.
Mame's gonna shoot you some finger guns. Go back
Finger
to the
guns,
lead.
the universal symbol.
I look over, your next cup's on me.
It better be.
But they seem to go to their own separate tables this time around, and this guy comes over here to start picking up the cards, and he touches one, and he's like, "The fuck? Who took my cards?"
I'm acting so natural. I've never acted more natural.
Yeah,
But
just-
I'm also buzzed, so.
I'm also gonna go back to laying on a bar.
Mame's gonna take another drink.
Roll a. I mean, Ash, you're pretty much passed out on the bar, like you're saying.
Yeah.
So I'd say, Flint, you're far enough away that he's not really eyeing you, but Mame, Zolas, and Warren, roll a performance for me to see what he's perceiving here.
Can it be
Or
deception?
deception. It can be a deception.
They're both.
26.
Oh, we're gonna do performance. I'm not trying to deceive anybody. Just living my life. Yeah, go figure.
But wait, I got a natural 20 and a +6, so I feel like I'm gonna help Mame out a little bit.
Warren,
What the fuck's going on?
is that what you say? Like out loud? Bless you, I think, from someone.
No, as a player, I'm saying that. I left to go get something to eat.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see that. Or hear that. or at least didn't make it into my conscious. But you are being accused, as well as just the people in your general direction, of stealing somebody's cards. So you can react however you want, but it sounded like Mame and Zolos were trying to play it cool, so that's why they rolled deceptions for me and a performance.
I didn't steal anyone's cards.
I just start laughing at a joke that Mame didn't say.
Mame, elbows the bearded devil guy again and asks him about hell.
He goes, oh, well, what do you want to know? And the dark dwarf figure that's accusing people of stealing cards, as you had addressed him, Warren, said, well, who else would it have been? You guys are the only ones left in the room.
I don't know.
What kind of answer is that? God!
It's not my
One from
Season!
not my job to explain things. I'm not from here.
To answer his questions, I say that is a response from a drunk guy.
Wait, what? Something in response to the drunk guy?
A response from a drunk guy.
Just like that. That's exactly how he said it.
And I just look at him and go, do I look like I'm in any condition to steal anything?
And that's when the guard starts approaching you as you're kind of like stumbling like that, and he goes, well, you're not very dexterous at the moment. Gerald, did you see anything? He goes, oh yeah, there's definitely this big fella here.
Why does everyone sound like they're underwater? Warren says out loud.
Is that like, just like, maybe it's your headset? Because I'm not hearing it.
No, because Warren's concussed.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this is character saying it, not player.
Why is watermelon a reaction, but heart is not?
Right?
Here you go.
What?
Watermelon.
Watermelon means heart.
Yes.
Watermelon!
Yeah,
I love watermelon.
you have to buy certain like stickers and stuff like that too in reactions to get add, or you can find bots that will add stuff like that to it. I know. Who hearted up here? You were able to heart. Maybe
I
there's-
did. If you right click and you go to reactions, and then you have to go to other reactions and go to this
What?
long list.
Other
Is
reactions.
this in?
Yeah. Right click, add reaction, and at the bottom it says other reactions. And then you just scroll down, and there's so many.
You get a dolphin. No, that's awesome though. I love it.
Yeah, there's not usually this much going on, but every time we sit down to play D&D, this is what I do.
What?
She'd send it in Discord.
Discord.
So yeah, Gerald points blatantly at Mama and says, yeah, that big fucker there took the cards, it looked like. Did you hear me?
Wait. Am I aware of any of this going on, or am I unconscious? Like, literally unconscious?
You're not unconscious at this point right now. You're not blackout yet. You're heavily drunk though. You're pretty close to it.
I'm gonna, like, sit up real fast and be like, it wasn't any of them! And just flump back over.
Very helpful.
And the guard just kind of, it's one of those nights.
Who's got the peanut butter?
So, Gerald, you said it was this big guy here, and he kind of just yells over his shoulder, Brad?
I think
Say
he meant
Fred.
that guy. I think he meant that guy, and I point to the bearded devil. I'm gonna throw him under the bus.
I think that's a great idea.
Roll a deception. Or
Okay.
a persuasion. Persuasion, actually, in this case, yeah.
Mommy's gonna yell, "Yeah,
Wait.
he's from hell." He would
Wait,
take
but
cards.
I'm lying. A persuasion or
It'd be a persuasion to,
Deception.
because you're trying to persuade him is what I figure, because right now he's got the word of a trusted individual that he knows telling him and
I
pointing
got
to Mom.
another nat 20 plus 4.
Okay. So he looks you up
Yay!
and he looks you up and down and he goes, tiefling. Where do you hail from there, miss?
I've been in this labyrinth as long as I can remember.
It is the solitary task of many in this area. Well, if you do say it is one of not our own, I am not opposed to locking up a mischievous individual. Perhaps he'll disappear in the morning when somebody summons him anyways. Brad, we're taking this one. He points to the unconscious bearded devil at this point into the whole lockup, and Gerald just shrugs and says, whatever. And they both leave with the bearded devil in between them that still has not woken up and is just leaning against them as they all leave.
Speaking of unconscious drunks, I think I should take short stack here back to the barracks.
Short stack.
Ash.
Yeah, we should all probably go sleep. It's been
Yeah. Let's go take a
it's been a
nap.
while. We ate, we drank mead. You know, good time for a long rest.
Should we jailbreak that guy out?
In the morning.
Okay.
Is he gonna pay us?
Maybe. I'm sure he doesn't remember how he got there, so we could probably convince him to pay us.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Or
What else
at
are we
least
doing
to owe
right
us
now?
a favor.
We're going to the barracks.
Yeah.
Do your drunk asses know how to get there?
Just
Can
gonna
we get there
fumble my
without
way
falling
to a
into
door.
the poop river?
Yeah, do we have to roll to see if we fall in the poop river?
Just when you go across the footbridge, if you go across one of those and not like this one that has railing.
What about me? 'Cause I only have. Oh, I guess I would. I don't know. What do you think about me?
I think Flint, you're pretty well off right now. You wait. Did you finish that? Did you guys finish the rest of your drinks too? Because I would say Mame and Flint, you guys were the only ones that hadn't, that I know of.
Oh,
Yeah, I finished it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
that I finished it too.
Last
I'm
Constitution.
not leaving that heavenly mead.
Constitution rolls for me as you
Waste.
guys leave.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, great.
Oh.
Oh,
six.
perfect.
Yep.
So absolutely perfect. Here we go.
Well, Ash, you had already finished yours as far as I thought, anyways. No, wait.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. No, yeah, because you fell over. Didn't you get a nat one? And then you
Yeah, I
like,
did get in that one.
and you sipped up the rest of the half of it. Or maybe that's the rest of the half. I'm going to correct that roll. You've been rolling shitty all night. You're not more drunk than you already were, which you're basically half blackout. Like you're getting flashes. You're not going to completely forget today, but it's very spotty. And Flint, you are pleasantly surprised to realize you are now tipsy, almost drunk from that.
Okay.
So your dexterity is not the best, but you are much happier. I mean, already than you were. Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Well, can I argue the fact that I would roll with advantage when it comes to drinking? Did I say this before?
But I was also kind of taking into effect that you had half a mug left, so
Oh, okay.
that was just my perception of it, the matter here.
All right. Sounds good. So I have to roll to go across this.
No one else has yet for me, but I couldn't tell if
Oh,
they
yeah.
were
What do we roll?
if you're going across the footbridge that Flint was standing on or any of the other ones there. It's just a
Performance?
athletics, isn't that the
Athletics, okay.
dexterity one?
At disadvantage for most of us. Right?
Yeah.
Athletics is a strength.
I went around a long way.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Is
That's the one that I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. And then it would be with a disadvantage, as Zolas was pointing out,
of course.
because you're drunk or tipsy in your case.
Well, I guess I'll still take a 12.
At 11 from Ash.
I went around the long way.
Okay, that's what I thought I'd seen, Warren. Okay, so Mame, did you go across the footbridge or did you go?
I
along
walked around.
Oh, okay, I didn't see
Yeah, I'm
your.
not fucking with that footbridge.
I didn't see. Oh, your Constitution was a 6 there too, so you're in the similar boat with Flint, where you're not drunk, but you're definitely tipsy. And
Yeah.
This isn't the barracks I was thinking of.
I'm sleeping in the bed next to the brazier over there, so I'm nice and warm, toasty.
Zolas, I would say, where'd you go here? So you were right in front of Flint before he crossed there. He was getting his footing, and
Okay.
and your foot slips, and you kind of go down as on one knee with the other one hanging off the side, and you start to fall off the bridge. If you want to save her, Flint, roll a actually, you can roll a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, both of you, Zolas and Flint.
Again.
Yes.
Sorry.
The 14 came through. The 5 was the second one.
Yeah, well, you said with disadvantage, so I rolled it twice.
Oh, right. Gosh darn it. What's the second one?
And
there?
that 5 is
Zolas.
actually a 1. Do I just like push her in?
Zolas, what's that second one? Or is that the...
Oh, my second one was higher. It was 17.
Oh, okay. So you yeah. You regain your footing, Zolas, and you kind of get back up on your foot, and Flint's like, "No!" And he goes to grab for you and discombobulatedly like bumps you into the river, basically, and you just right next to it.
Is there a current, or
It is
can I just like climb out?
There's a small bit of current, and you're probably about 4 feet below the lip. So if you want to immediately get out, I would say it's a that one's the athletics.
Okay. And wait, so I have advantage on that
Yes.
because I'm drunkenly blundering about
Yes.
in a poop soup. Okay. 16.
Okay. That was your best one out of the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was a 1.
Ooh, good thing you got advantage on that one, because what happens is you splash down in it, and you go just to your like middle of your stomach is where the river is, basically, when you're standing in it upright, and you spring back up immediately and grab onto the edge and start hauling yourself up as Flint, you shakily get to the other side from your, I think your 12, because Zola's had a 6 in that case.
It's just like us, like flopping back and forth, just like falling in continuously. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on myself to remove the poop from my cloak.
Oh, okay, so it's just gonna and it's clean of poop.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so impressed by your ability to pronounce that.
Prestidigitation? It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
spells.
It has literally no use other than cleaning poop off yourself, I feel like.
No. It has all the uses. Trust me.
I can make like a sparkler.
No, that's not what it says. It says you can instantaneously light or snuff out candle, torch, or small campfire.
Or an odd odor, faint musical notes.
Yeah. This spell is freaking, like, it's got
You can clean or soil an object.
ultimate
This-
uses.
This spell
you
is
This
you
spell-
can flavor up
Yeah.
to
I
1
know.
cubic foot of non-living material for an
Yeah.
hour.
this spell
You can
is
make
like,
food.
Yeah.
This spell is like basically the D&D version of like amateur magicians, like whoopee cushion,
It's-
like
Well, it says
I'm gonna make a fart
a magical
smell.
trick that novice spellcasters use for practice.
yep.
Yeah,
Like-
but at the same time, in my opinion, it has, like, unlimited uses in my... Because it's also a cantrip, right? So you don't have to waste a spell slot to use it. You just freaking
Right.
cast it whenever you want.
So, since we're going to take a short rest, I used my second wind action to heal 11 hit points.
I thought we were
I
taking
thought we
a
were
long
taking a
rest.
long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
long
but-
rest.
Yeah, whatever. What did I say? Short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, long rest. I used.
So you
my
don't have to
second
do
wind
anything. You're gonna heal.
Yep.
Yeah, but I had a concussion, so
Okay.
safety first.
Does
I don't
that
want to
matter?
I don't. You're not supposed to fall asleep when you have a concussion.
Plus, you'll get that ability back.
Because he knows that while he has a concussion.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded, and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.